Hey, what's up, guys? This is Crazy 1976 for Total Esports Circuit, bringing you the TEC Denmark team. That's right, these guys have picked up 2 championships in just a matter of a couple of weeks, and I wanted to take the time to thank them personally and, of course, get them on the YouTube channel so you guys can say hi and, of course, meet them and thank them for all their hard work. What is up, guys? How was that first victory to be the Denmark championships?
The Danish championships, yeah, they were good, man.
What was your toughest team in that?
Sorry?
What was your toughest team in that Danish championships that you played? I heard you guys didn't drop a map, but which one gave you the most trouble?
Oh, that was we were expecting a team called Water Guns to be on the second place, but they got knocked out by Avix Gaming. And I don't really know what the toughest team was, but they all did quite well. We got into an overtime game in the group stages, I think, versus Avix, but then we just slapped them in the finals, like 15-1 in Blitz.
Now, is that true that you guys did not drop a single map? You went through the whole tournament undefeated. I mean, just basically taking it to everybody.
Yep. Yeah.
That is awesome.
I think we went in. We went into overtime twice in Blitz. We had played Blitz, but we didn't get the easy wins sometimes.
Sometimes those wins don't come easy, but that's awesome. You guys didn't drop a map. How did that feel to finally pick up that championship?
It was awesome. I think it was the first LAN for Denmark and for the console version of Call of Duty. So, it was pretty confident and pretty motivated to pick up the first championship at LAN.
Now that is amazing that you guys come into it like that and picked up that first LAN championship for yourselves. We are all very, very proud of you on of course over here at TEC. Now for you guys on the YouTube channel, I'm actually showing off some gameplay of these guys playing a team against Young Guns. This is none of the LAN footage. Unfortunately, it's very hard to get footage out of LANs, and so we didn't have any of that display. But I did want to show you guys some of Denmark's gameplay, and these guys are some amazing players. You can see how their tags popping up. They're an amazing team, and obviously they didn't, if they didn't have chemistry, they wouldn't be picking up these championships. Speaking of championships, we're going to move on to the main stage games first EU tournament and talk about that. How did that go for you guys? What was that like?
That was quite funny, really, because Kieran, our manager, hit us up on Skype asking if we wanted to play it, and we didn't really decide. So I was sleeping in till late that afternoon, and I got a phone call from Jambino asking if we should play it, and I was like, yeah, okay, let's just do it. And it was quite an awesome tournament. There were some good teams in it, and it was a lot of fun actually playing. I want to thank Mainstage Gaming for actually hosting some European tournaments, so we're looking forward to competing in those again.
Yeah, they're an up and growing team quickly here in the U.S., and it's good to see them branching out to the EU, and it's good to see TEC, being the inaugural champions of that tournament and whatnot. So you guys didn't do any planning for this tournament. It was like one of those on the spots. Oh, by the way, there's a tournament going on. Should we play? And it was just like on the spot like that. That's crazy. So you guys had like no prep, did no scouting of the other teams involved or nothing. You guys just jumped right in there and took it to them, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is amazing. What would you say your toughest competitor of that tournament was?
Well, that was definitely the Four Kings.
Yeah.
The Four Kings
Finals.
We actually didn't drop a single map again in that one until the final. I had a very, very bad SND on Octane, so we lost that one, but then we won the other game.
Right. Now, real quick, since we do have these YouTube viewers, captivated by this wonderful footage and conversation, what advice do you guys have for up-and-coming teams wanting to start picking up championships and getting involved and blah, blah, blah? What advice do you have to help them be as successful as you have in the past couple of months? Don't give up all your secrets. We can't give up all the secrets, but, any points and tippers we can have,
It is mostly about practice and just being on the grind, really just grinding as much as you can, but it's also a lot about the team chemistry, knowing where your teammates are on the map, and of course all about communication, how you talk during the game, staying hyped. What we learned at the Danish championships when we got to LAN, the other players, they got really freaked out when we started yelling at them. So it gives like kind of an edge if you're pumped up. So that's a big secret. Or it's not a secret because a lot of teams do it, but that's what we try to do. Just stay positive and stay pumped when we're in the games.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. You keep that energy level up, you're going to do good things. You get a little lethargic and bad things happen, you know. That makes perfect sense. Now, excuse me. When you guys are doing your call-outs, I like to ask this question to teams that I've interviewed in the past. When you guys are working on your call-outs, do you just keep them short and sweet so people know the general area, or do you guys like to give a little bit more detailed information on your call-outs when you can?
Well, we did before we left for the Danish Championships. We went over some of the maps just to make sure that our call-outs were perfect. And I can give an example on Strike Zone, where the hot dog van is. You got 2 sets of stairs going down to the A flag. We just like to give those numbers, so like we say A stairs 1 or A stairs 2. So we try and be as precise as we can, but also keep it short, of course.
Correct. Yeah, no, that makes good sense. I'm glad to hear that you guys have your own little call-out system. I think every pro team out there probably is either developing one or already has one. That's where that chemistry comes into play, I'm sure, where you guys just kind of know by the tones of each other's voice and everything what's going on. With this new edition of Call of Duty being Call of Duty Ghosts, real quick, I do have to ask you another question here. What is the key to being successful at LAN since there is no more hardpoint? You know, it's search and destroy, domination, and blitz. You know, that's what most of them are, you know, using now. What game mode is the most important for picking up victories at a LAN or any kind of tournament?
Ooh.
I mean,
I'm not.
Search.
yeah, search and destroy will always be the most important game mode to pick up at LANs and tournaments, I think. But I think you can blitz. You can take some of the search and destroy strategies into blitz. You just have to push together and have to, you know, clear your spawn and take out your spawn. So I think you can a little bit combine search and destroy with blitz, and maybe think those 2 game types probably gonna be the most important to win at LAN, in my opinion.
Right. Now, with this new edition of Call of Duty Ghost and whatnot, and of course we're in this transition from Xbox One to Xbox, you know, or Xbox 360 to Xbox One. Have you guys had a chance to play the Xbox One version yet?
No, I
Not at
I
all.
personally myself have an Xbox One. I traveled to Germany and got one the release date because we don't get one until next year, in March I think in Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Germany and got one, and I haven't tried Call of Duty yet, but I've seen some gameplay and it looks awesome.
Do you, with this rendition of Call of Duty being, you know, of course, being Ghosts and whatnot, do you think it's helping Call of Duty esports, or do you think it's actually kind of hindering Call of Duty esports in comparison? You know, I mean, obviously it's hindering in comparison to what Black Ops 2 was, being designed specifically for esports. But esports as a whole for Call of Duty, do you think this is a good addition, or do you think Infinity Ward dropped the ball? I hate to throw them under the rug a little bit, but I'm trying to get a lot of pro teams' opinions on what this, you know, this Call of Duty is.
Drop the ball, definitely. Drop the ball.
Yeah. My opinion is that they fucked up with some of the game modes. Like, Blitz is fun to play, but it's nowhere near as intense as Capture the Flag, where, like, every flag really counts, where here you can
Yeah.
just, like, get 10 caps and not really matter. The search maps, they're really good, but domination can get a bit boring at times, because some teams like to play campy, we like to push, though. But I would just like to see them work together and just bring the old game modes in, like Hardpoint, because Hardpoint was an awesome game mode.
Speaking of changes to this, do you see any changes that the esports community can make now with this current edition of Call of Duty to help make it more fun for you guys to play, and of course more fun for people to view and watch on streams and YouTube?
At first, I really want to say they have just to put 2 rounds of 5 minutes in domination. It's ridiculous they can't put 2 rounds of 5 minutes in domination. I think it's stupid. You have to, you know, set it to 5 minutes limit, then start it, played, then end it, start it over again. I think it's ridiculous.
Right.
You just can't put like Black Ops had. Black Ops didn't even had, you know, the domination as a competitive game mode in the game, but they already have added the 2 rounds 5 minutes limit, so you can put on it so you don't have to end it and invite people in and start again.
Right.
And then maybe the map dynamics, kind of Warhawk, the kind of missiles dropping down the ground. I think they could make some kind of off mode on those dynamics too, and as they did in Express and Black Ops 2, where the train comes out, you can just remove it so it doesn't move in the map while you're playing it.
Seems like the detail in this game for the menu settings have just like disappeared. There's not really anything you can do in the settings, like you can't even disable third person. So I think they dropped the ball on it as well.
Okay, well, that seems to be the general consensus that I've been hearing from a lot of people. That is, it's Call of Duty is a great game. It always has been, always will be. The formula works, but Infinity Ward really just dropped the ball for the esports community on this one. So, and it's kind of disappointing with the popularity that esports, that surge that we've seen in Black Ops 2. It's kind of disappointing for me personally, but hey, you know what? Treyarch's going to get another edition out there. Maybe Infinity Ward will learn from this. They were trying to develop, basically, 6 versions of this game at once for all the different consoles and PC. So, maybe they were just stretched a little thin. Who knows? We're not the ones on the inside. We don't know. But real quick before we tie this up, is there anybody else you guys wanted to give a shout out to? Anybody else that you played with? All that good stuff. Give those shout outs now because we're running out of time.
Well, I want to shout out to Total Sports Circuit for picking us up. We're very happy to be in the org, and hopefully we'll bring home some more wins. I got shout out to all my sponsors and to everybody that we met at the Danish LAN event. It was awesome meeting you, everybody, and we're looking forward to meeting you again in February.
Yeah, same here. Just shout out to Tech and shout out to the local store down the corner. That's my main sponsor. It's awesome, getting free drinks every day. And that's probably just shout out to Tech. It's really important to be in an org, and I love the org. I love the managers. Red Devil is just an amazing guy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Red Devil. Shout out to
Karen. One love.
All right, we're going to tie this up, guys. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I have a couple shout-outs to throw out there. Of course, Hapog, amazing capture device. Get over to their website. Check them out. They've been a friend of TEC's for a long time, so, of course, they have their new Rocket portable capture device. Get over there, check that out, and, of course, a shout-out to the new and upcoming sponsors. I can't say who yet because they haven't been announced officially, but you know who you are. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you next time.